Welcome, everyone. What better way to end the weekend? Well, Coach, we're still very early in the NBA season. When you were coaching, what was your focus around this time?
Early in the season, Brian, really in the entire season, but especially early, you just want to try to be getting better every single night, making the corrections from one night to the next, and just keep growing as a team.
Now, New York starting five. And it's the closer, in at the 2. Oh, they get a hand on it. Pass to Rodriguez. Perfection with the jumper from the elbow.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
The closer passes to Collins from deep. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Rodriguez. Down low. Here's the break. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Pass to Jordan. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Lets it fly. And here's Collins for 3. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Here's King, and he banks in the layup.
Well, a sharp start for them. 3 of 4 from the field.
Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players, to the coaches, to the front office, and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
And so here is Denver. After the basket by New York on the other end.
And the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
Here's Collins.
Oh! Wow!
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year. Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Jordan drives to the hoop and slam dunk by Jordan. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Denver has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. The Great with the bucket. The Great's got 8 points.
Well, he's 3 for 4 to start out. Right off the bat, you could sense he was dialed in. All business so far.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO."
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Miller's checked in for Denver. New York making a switch here. And it's the 2K leaderboard. Team leaders in blocks last season. 5th on the list, the Nuggets.
Well, last season, this was a team that prided itself on protecting the rim. They were not an easy group to score on inside.
About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Counted good.
That's what you call playing big. He just stays committed to the attack mode.
Well, if you have the killer instinct he showed there, it doesn't matter what the size disadvantage is.
Out of bounds, it'll be Nuggets ball, and Denver making a change here. Gibson's checked in. The Nuggets trail. Knocked away. All alone on the break. Pass to the closer. Collins with it. Takes the 3. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for New York.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Outside Carter. And the layup is good off the glass.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And so it's Collins who brings up the ball for New York. And going against Denver, their first meeting on the year.
And last year's games were interesting to watch, considering that each team came out with a win against the other.
This is a potential finals preview, as good as it gets early in the season.
Here's Abdul Nabi. The Knicks making their last shot. Pass to Gibson. Fires the three. Hits the trifecta.
Boy, oh boy. Both teams lighting it up to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? Miller, the pass to King. Blocked! 3 seconds separating. Oh, okay!
Oh, my gosh.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
And here's Collins for three. Nails it from three. Collins has got 27 points.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And so it's New York with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Looking to run whenever they can. That's part of why they lead. We'll be right back. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And from what we've seen from New York, what's your take so far?
Well, I'm really loving their activity. I mean, they're contesting shots. They've really set a strong tone early.
Yeah, well, the best way to get in the head of your opponent is through aggressive defense.
They've got Miller, and it's Rodriguez in at the 4 slot. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
BA, forget about attempting the long-range three to cut into that lead. Just attack the rim, my man.
Man, that was sweet. Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, BA, it's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them.
Here's Brooks, and the Nuggets getting another bucket to fall.
Some defenses are designed to yield the mid-range shot. For him, that's a good look.
Collins outside. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Collins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, the defense did everything they could there, but his skills as a finisher, wow.
Brooks outside. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
With the drive. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Pass to Miller. Off target at the rim. New York leading by 9. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Now a timeout called by Denver. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Denver Nuggets. On Thursday, they'll defend home court against the Indiana Pacers. Then on Saturday, it'll be the Golden State Warriors coming to town.
And for that game against the Warriors, that one will be the 7th on the season for them. The team will still be looking to improve each time they take the floor.
Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
Here's Abdelnaby. And the shot goes down. Abdelnaby's got 5 points in the quarter.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Here's the closer. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Here's the great. Here's Rodriguez. And again, Denver with a 3.
Too much space on the perimeter. There needs to be a little more energy from the defense.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
1:43 left in the first half. Here's the great. Give him 8. It's stolen away. And now the Knicks on the break. Jamison passes to the closer. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
And that one's good for Brooks.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Pass to Rodriguez. And Collins with the big block. There's 48 seconds left in the first half. Got it.
And there's some nice chemistry on offense. They're just taking what the defense allows.
Nuggets trail by 11. Fires for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. The great's got 11 points.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment. You see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Pass to Abdelnaby. Here's the great. 19 seconds left in the second. Abdelnaby, that's good.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders. And this kind of sixth slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. And here we go, the Knicks in transition.
I almost can't believe what I saw. Incredible.
I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless. And so it's New York. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks so much. I'm here with Coach Tom Thibodeau. And Tom, what's it going to take down the stretch to win this ball game?
I think just tough defense, take good shots.
Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far.
I mean, when you go inside and impose your will this way, you're delivering a gut punch.
Yeah, there's a... And later on, some more. That's it for us. Thanks for...
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. On the court right now for the Knicks. And it's the great, and at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Oh, a nice shot by Collins.
Well, he's getting all he can offensively and making the most of it.
Nuggets trail by 14. Pass to Abdelnaby. Oh, sweet move. It's rebounded by New York.
I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled him.
The closer is good.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
Here's the great. Collins defending. The great, no good. And it's Collins with the ball for the Knicks. Here's the closer. And again, New York with the triple.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
Now a timeout called by Denver. Taking a look back at last season, the team leaders in rebounding. In third, the Knicks. The Nuggets, fourth.
And both of these teams really impressed when it came to rebounding the ball last year. That level of physicality and hustle is always great to see.
And Collins with the big block. Will it go? Here's the closer. 18 points for him. And it's New York scoring again.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
Rodriguez. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. On the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, good looks by our terrific camera crew.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
The great with the bucket.
Well, that's his 4th triple for the game now. Just his 1st in the second half.
Here's the closer. 22 points for him. Up and in on the layup. The closer's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
Here's the great. And another three for Denver.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
Well, Stan, perhaps the best home court advantage in the league is right here in Denver, a mile above sea level.
And, Brian, they don't let you forget it. Everywhere you go, you see signs, 5,280. Sometimes they even have it on their uniform, on the court, on signs in the locker room. They want you to know that you're at elevation and it's going to be difficult.
Fatigue is always a factor in Denver. Pass to Carter. Charity stripe shot, and the Nuggets getting another bucket to fall.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. He has to start asserting himself. They need him to take command of this game.
Here's the closer. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. The closer's got 30.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
Stolen by Collins. Driving inside, and Collins with the slam.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. The Nuggets have gone 4 of 8 in the third, and the Nuggets call time here.
Coach definitely wants to talk about their interior defense, which has not been impressive.
Yeah, it's basically a layup line. You're not going to win many games if you can't offer more resistance than that.
1:03 left in the third quarter.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
This one for three. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
Here's Fields. The shot's good.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
Pass to the closer. Here's Jamison. Here's Collins. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
And from the mid-range area, they've been the more effective team.
Denver has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And here's Gibson. He's got 5. Shot clock at 6. Shots blocked. Out to the wing, to the inside. Stolen by Carter. 1 second left. It's not going to go for him. And so it's New York with a commanding lead to end the quarter. 27 points, looking good. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those threes have this poised for a blowout. And more. And we take a listen in now to Tom Thibodeau.
Defensively, make sure we're all getting
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
They've got Miller, and it's Abdul Nabi in at small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Pass to Fields, right wing. That shot is off. Excellent D there from Collins. Here's the 3. And there's Collins on the assist by Collins. Collins has got 19 points.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Chalk up 2 there.
And despite the defender's length, he goes right up from the mid-range.
Well, and that shows how much confidence he has in his ability and the work that he's put into his game.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Driving to the basket. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Looks like he's been working on that one. Finally got a chance to break it out.
Yeah, he knows how to make those jams memorable, doesn't he? And Collins with the slam.
He challenges the defender and throws it down with 2 hands.
Man, just straight power on that one. Clear the deck. Here's Gibson. And it's Denver with another. New York has gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the fourth. Stan, as a coach and now a broadcaster, you've gotten to visit all the great cities the NBA has to offer. Can you give us a favorite?
So, Brian, you're going to try to get me in trouble here. I'm going to give you one city and offend 29 other fan bases. Not a chance. I love all the NBA cities.
Not like you not to take a stance. Ooh, it's stolen away. To the middle. And Collins with the slam.
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off. So it's Denver now, and the Nuggets call time here.
Starting.
Miller's checked in for the Nuggets.
Checking in the game for your Nuggets, number 38.
The Nuggets have gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Pass to King. True on the 14-footer.
Yeah, he has a really nice feel from that spot, and the size gives him a clear advantage.
Yeah, and once you see that advantage from the sideline, you just want to yell at him to shoot the ball.
And the bucket is good.
His first half performance, somewhat forgettable, but now he's pouring it on.
The great, the pass to King. From 11 feet away, and another basket for Denver.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Knicks.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
Well, another thing they did well was taking advantage of the holes in the defense. Very aggressive in exploiting the lack of concentration.
Miller. He hits the back iron and sinks it. The Knicks have gotten all 6 shots to fall in the fourth quarter. Here's Jamison. Here he goes.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now. Lets it go from deep. Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Shot's good by Rodriguez.
Any possession that ends with him finishing at the rim is ideal.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Knicks.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
VA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And they'll chalk this up as their 3rd win of the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for the Bulldozer.
Terrific initiative. Not content to let the game come to him, he went out and made it his own.
And so it's Carter who brings up the ball for the Denver Nuggets. There's the drive. Blocked! Here's Jamison. And he throws it down with one hand.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
He got a piece of it. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Oh, there's a killer 2-hand slam.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment. Yeah, the more he knocks those down, the more confidence this coaching staff's going to have in him.
And he gets it to go.
Rock the baby, working the size advantage inside.
Miller outside. And so it's the Knicks taking care of